The real question is, and I like to know this for design stuff, did I make a slot for this already? I kind of did, okay. Okay, right. Uh, what is this? Easy lift? Do I need to put, maybe I need to put easy lift on this thing. It is going to be an easy lift. You can't tell it, but it will be easy to use. I'll be honest, it kind of makes me cringe to throw KF on every freaking thing, but at the same time, I know that I have to protect my designs. So I try to keep it to looking clean. Um, and I shouldn't hate that I have to put my own stuff on my own stuff. It just to me gets to a point where you're like, gosh, am I just plastering my name on everything? Kind of. All right, skip ahead to this part when you're editing, bro. Kind of got our design here a little bit. Just need to make sure I line these lines up close enough. Eyeballed it from a mile away and I got so close. Look at that. How close did I get? How far off is it? I mean, I can't see it from my house, so I say that's solid. The only thing that doesn't match is these arrows. They too need to be designed. Bit of designer. Trying to think, do I want to extend them though? Because right here, I do want to extend them. Extend them up. Just a little bit more. Make sure this is already a mesh before I do this. This. Give me the same kind of thickness as the T here, so that at least something looks like it matches. Very close to. Like that, maybe? No. Gotta get in closer. Typically, I would do this from a flat view, but don't have to, bro. Just if, depending on how you design things. So this should be good. This right here is my cutter. Going to use it to cut these arrows so that they have the same little unique design. Let me just rotate and scale. Things that I delete as cutters, I put a lot of T's and weird things like that so they're easy to find when you hit your Boolean. Bool. The question is, are these arrows going to play nice? They did. Absolutely. Okay, good. Good, good. It would almost look good with two of those, but these don't have two unless I drew another line through them. I'm tempted. Gosh, am I tempted. Bring me that cutter back. Leave it here a second. Sure, that's a mesh. Shade that, but it doesn't matter. It's definitely going to stay flat and not rounded. Um, get your ass out of my face. Oh, gosh, man. Okay. Now just run it. Be styled right. Ooh, and hopefully there's not enough Y really there. Might need to be a little bit, just a little bit skinnier. Man, I do not know how this is going to go. By the way, is everything... I think it's the same level. It's a crazy time to look. Hey. What's not... Are you not a... What's not a mesh? This isn't. Okay. Is this going to play nice? Because this is the tough one. This might make the shapes look all jank. Gosh, did it cut so clean? It did. We could afford another one. Bring it back. I'm playing with fire here, bro. You're normally lucky to get one clean cut. Several clean ones. Those are spaced a bit different, but I think overall it looks okay. I think so. I might look at those lines later on and be like, why are they so far apart? Why didn't I keep the mathematical spacing? Sometimes just being creative, you can create a cool looking, unique design. I really like the shape of this and how this kind of looks like it follows that as well. I think it's okay. If I wanted to get fancy now, I could paint this a color, this a color, this a color, this a color, like it's a fading into style type. Do I want to get that in depth with it? No. No. Don't. I mean, I don't. I really don't. If I'm being honest. Your arrows are sticking out the top? How did you get so tall? How did you get so tall over there? It doesn't quite make the sense. Is it slanted? The ramp probably might be. Ah, gosh, it's not symmetrical. You know what? It's free. It's fine. When it's free, it's fine. That's what I'm saying. Ensured I said it twice so that it was understood. You look like a ramp though. Maybe. So I have two ways I can do this next part. To get it to the ground, I need to do something with this junky tailgate here. By the way, that's another thing. This kind of style stuff you typically wouldn't see on a junker, but it's okay. So if I fold that down, I'm going to have to mind the tail light piece there. But it would touch the ground. Only 24. If it came right out of here and did that. So very wide of a ramp, bro. It need to be that wide. Just wide enough that a wheel could fit on it for like a four-wheeler or lawnmower or something like that. Let me not. No. you know, between 23 and 24. Well, tires of the truck aren't on the ground. So for a situation like this, I put a fake ground in to represent where the ground should be. And we're going to hide that. Make sure I don't get a million planes in here right now. Easy to find. I do have another plane. Okay. Just go to the top. There's so many hidden things though. Okay. I was going to hide the stuff and bring the truck up, but the way I've built the truck is fine. The blender grid is just the blender grid. It's not necessarily what you have to follow. It's there just for a reference. The bottom of the tires, though, they're not sticking through, so this is pretty damn close. Get them where they're, like, damn near poking through. Just like that much. Depending on the kind of physics you're running or whatever on your wheels and stuff, even if you do that or not, I like to, you know, give a little bit of room of maybe some of the tire. They're simulating flatter tires or tires that have PSIs in them via shader tricks or whatever, and the vehicle actually looks like it sits lower when it does it, then you might want to give yourself a little room. It's just to get it close, with the idea so that when I pull my ramp down to actually touch the ground, to look like you could go from here to here and it's not just floating in the air like this. You know, I want to get it pretty close. Now, the interesting thing about this type of setup, all right, in different things, be it a game or be it whatever, you can scale this to, you know, come out longer if you wanted to animate that style. Mine, though, I'm trying to keep the size that it is, so it's going to fold down 26 degree. I'll just type it here for that. It might be different in whatever you use it in, but if I animate it, it won't matter to y'all what it is. So we'll go back up to 0. Now the next part is, can I fit 2 of these? Because we need one on either side. Bring this here. Still want to get it a little bit skinnier. And we'll leave the one in the middle for a mid reference right now. I did about 16 that way. Good. Did I leave a slot in the end of these? I did. Okay, good. And did I put a slot in this? I did. You can remove that. I think, was I going to remove it? No. This is going to fold down or slide down. Like, this is going to come down like this to show the opening. These ramps would slide out of that. So typically they're going to be tucked into here. Which I hadn't pre-planned this. That's why there's body mesh stuff there, but I can fix that once I have my ramps done. Are they going to stick into the truck anywhere you would visually see? No, though right here you would see them. I don't like that. So make sure they don't stick out too far that way. Just means I need to scale my ramps down just a little bit so they fit in there perfectly. We'll rotate and scale that. And hit my right hotkeys there. Yeah, so I would animate him coming out like this after the plate slid down. It would come out to about, I guess, right here. And then, since they're not on a transform yet, I need to build that. Let me go ahead and create an empty. Fill it up so I can easily grab a hold of that thing. This is just your thing that it's going to go in for a group that you can rotate however you want. For me, I'm going to animate these, so ramp, group, wherever that went. Select these. I'm keeping them separate, but keeping them in the same group. For game engines and things like that, that you want to put a collision on these, you definitely want them separate, because if you do them both, you're just going to have a box collider type thing that covers both, unless you individually place, which you might still place an individual one on it. It wouldn't matter if they were a single mesh or not. You could build your own collision on it, but this makes it very clean and easy to select one of these, add your box collider. If you're using something that kind of fits the shape of it, or convex style, may want to use that if you want to get exactly how the ramp is built. That is, you know, keeping them separate is a nice way to do that. So we would rotate this down. Now we can see it professionally. And my angle is going to be a bit different because I had to shorten them. So 26 might not touch now. I'd have to go down to 28. And that looks decent. It looks like it gives a little lip to drive up. You drive up these. It kind of has these little flanged guides on the sides of them. And then this part here, I'm not too crazy about on the tips of these. It looks too sharp. It's not a major deal. The tire would still get over it if this was, real life, but it's a little bit too sharp, I would say. So I'm going to give it a little bit more, or a little less of a flexed angle there. That's going to cause a lot of problems, though. Maybe that is enough. It sucks that I ran out of room. But what I could do, since I have these slots in here, there will be sort of a telescopic thing. Nothing too insane. But what I'll do for each of these is another reason why it's good to keep them separate, because now I can just move that thing to the center of one of these. Not what I meant to do, but it works. Actually, it is what I meant to do. What am I talking about? Yeah. So this is a piece you don't want to forget that you do. It's best to animate it as quickly as you can so you don't risk forgetting about the piece. But in the event that you could see through this, it can't go too thick because you would definitely see that. This kind of looks like a little mount of how it's still in there. To be like super wild, these would extend out after these ramps slid out of the slot, so that you could see them when they got to here. These ramps would rotate. The plate doesn't. It's kind of like your imaginary hinge. But if that's the case, it can't be that far out. It would have to be, like this. And at the end of it, you would want a cylinder so that it looks like it has a swivel point. That's what I would want. So that's what I'm going to do. Make it a little bit more smooth. More vertices, but it's more lean. All of this gets hidden anyway, but this is going to help. Hold on. Let me do it like this so that I can get symmetrical, even on both sides. Sticking out a little bit is okay for this. It's pretty much going to be built on there. I don't know how much room I have to play with on the other side, but I'm going to leave it like this. I'll just give it a little bevel. Simple bevel. So that it looks like something that could rotate. We'll make it look like metal. Some crazy on it. Can hide the red faces right now because I need to see what I'm actually going to be seeing and not seeing. Okay. Okay. So now when they rotate, they would look like they're going to rotate via the cylinder piece. Now I could make the transform be this and actually rotate this chrome piece to see it. But if it's not detailed, you're not going to see the chrome rotating, standing at it from an angle, unless you're really trying to look at it. You can't really tell it's moving. So they can just rotate like they have a slot built in and rotate down just like simple up and down like this. Now it looks like it has a mechanical joint. Now it's go time. So I'm just animating the transform really. So I don't have to click any of the pieces. As long as those stay under that empty, they will get moved like they need to. So they're going to slide out this way. And before I hit and lock this in, I've gone far enough maybe. Quick rotate down to -28. See if we can get that right there. Still not going, I'm not animating any of this currently. This is just fitting before I lock it in. Making sure I have this slid back far enough. So we don't want that at -28 yet. First, we want to save this right here. Because what this has done is we started here. We have come out to the 28 needs to come next. We have come out to whatever. I wasn't looking at the location of how many feet. Looks like we've nearly went 8 feet out though. Something like that. Since I have this set in feet right now. But from here to however fast you want it to rotate down, and we can adjust these. I'll show that too. This is where we get our -28. And we can just put this in carefully like this. All right. If we wanted to, we can look at it and check before we hit I. See, that's how much would be sticking through the ground. Technically, man, 28 is not the number. It's more like, wait, 27 point something. Maybe 27.8 is the real number. So I didn't have to save this number either. Like I said, you have time. You don't have to be trying to remember a bunch of numbers a lot of the time if you take your time doing it. So we'll back this up. We'll hit play. It rolls out, it folds down, and you're ready to go. It looks like a seamless thing. It needs to get out there first, then rotate down, and boom, that's done. You can record one backwards, but in something like Unity or other things that you have a keyframe or animation clip, you can play it in reverse inside the thing. A lot of things let you do that. So you don't necessarily have to make one that goes back. It's already there. You just easily rewind the playhead back and it undoes what you've done to get back to its starting point.